This video is about connecting a business process management system and a robotic process automation system. I'm using the community version of Bonita as business process management system and UIPath, also the free version, as robotic process automation system. We are using a simple order processing example. This process requires order data at the start. In this case, they are provided in an Excel sheet. The question is now, how do we get these data into the workflow of the business process management system? Someone can sit down and type in or copy and paste the contents, but this is tedious. Therefore, we want a little RPA robot to do this job of reading the data from the Excel file, starting a process in the BPMS and handing over the data to this process. Here we have the Excel file with the order data, date, customer, and the order items with the products that have been ordered. We change to UiPath Studio, where we can model the automation for the RPA robot. That has already been done. Therefore, we can directly execute it. First, I'm asked for the Excel file. I select the file. The robot opens it and reads the contents. The robot's task is now finished. Now there should be a new process instance in the Bonita BPMS. We switch to the Bonita portal. The user who is in charge of reviewing the order is already logged in. When we refresh the task list, we see the new task review order. This is the form for the task. When we compare the contents with the Excel sheet, we find that the order data have been transferred correctly. We can now continue the work in the process, e.g. by approving the order. How has this scenario been modeled? Here we have the process model in the Bonita Studio. In this process, there is one business variable of type customer order. We can inspect this type in the data model. For starting the process, a contract has been modeled. This is exactly the same as what we would use for starting the process with an instantiation form. For an instantiation form, we would also define such a contract. The contract specifies the structure of the data that need to be returned by a form, in this case the instantiation form. However, the process is here not started by a user, but by an RPA robot. Therefore, we don't need an instantiation form. The robot needs to provide the data that are defined in the contract. Everything else in the model is a standard Bonita process as described in general introductory tutorials. In the UiPath Studio, the actions for reading the Excel file have been modeled. I have linked tutorials to the handling of UiPath Studio below this video. Here the Excel file is selected, and then we have several building blocks for accessing the contents. For example, the order date is read from cell B1. Here we see the date in cell B1 in Excel. There are also specific functions available for processing a table such as the order items. This is also explained in one of the linked tutorials. Finally, the required JSON structure for the order data is assembled. It corresponds exactly with the contract for starting the process in Bonita. Therefore, this JSON structure that is now stored in a variable the variable order is JSON, and this can be handed over to the Bonita process. In order to call Bonita, you need to install specific building blocks via manage packages, search for Bonita in all packages and install this package. I have already done this. Therefore, we find several Bonita-related functions here in integrations. For example, there's one functionality that we're going to use for starting a new case. That means a new process instance. But first, we need to create a so-called Bonita scope with a connection data to the Bonita server. In this scope, create case can be called. As parameters, we need to provide the process name as well as the variable with the JSON structure of the order which we have assembled before. With this information, a new process instance can be created and the robot has finished its work. As we have seen, the process is then being executed as any other Bonita process.